Okay, this is D-Man, and I told you I was going to do a couple of shows today. I was going to do this show tomorrow, but right now the NFL is getting so crazy, I thought I better drop it right now. I had 9 teams firing their coaches this year after this season, and I'm going to tell you this. I had the Cleveland Browns. Everybody knew that Romeo Crennel had to go. I have the Cincinnati Bengals. They just haven't stepped up to the plate yet and let their head coach go. I had the Bills letting Dick Jauron go. I don't know why they did not do that, but today they said that Dick Jauron will be back next year. I had Tampa Bay firing their coach. I don't know if old Chucky's going to make it in Tampa Bay, but I'll tell you what, the way they fell apart in the last 6-7 games of the season, he needs to go. He cannot land on a quarterback or stick with a quarterback. Until he does that, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will always be inconsistent. So I had him going. I think Kansas City, they went to a youth movement last year, or the last couple of years, but I think Herm Edwards needs to go. I don't think, and I never did think Herm Edwards was an NFL head coach. I think Herm Edwards would be a great college coach, but not an NFL head coach. I think Kansas City will sooner or later let him go. Before it's all said and done, I'm going to tell you this. Oakland, we know they're going to fire their coach. They haven't had a coach or a decent coach worth talking about in the last, 4 or 5 years. I thought the Jets would fire their coach. They fired their coach. I had New Orleans firing their coach. At some point in time, I got all the fluff that I want out of New Orleans. I want some substance. I want to be able to line up and punch somebody in the mouth on offense and do a little something more than what they're doing in New Orleans. I think New Orleans has the talent, but I think New Orleans is playing soft on offense. They have good wide receivers. They have a great quarterback. They have a good offensive line. They have nothing outside of that. I thought the Denver Broncos would fire Shanahan, and they did. The Denver Broncos fell apart. They had an opportunity to clinch the West, which was horrible, and they failed to do that. So I had a total of 9 coaches on the chopping block, along with the Dallas Cowboys firing their head coach and hiring, you all saw my segment on the Dallas Cowboys, but hiring the defensive coordinator for the New York Giants. Now that Denver has stepped up to the plate and they have made it a point to say, hey, listen, we're looking for change in Denver, we're looking for some substance, and we're looking for some hard-hitting football. Okay, you made the change. The question is, who do you pick up? A lot of talk going on right now about my guy, Bill Cowher, going to the Jets. If I am Bill Cowher right now, I put the brakes on now and go talk to the Denver Broncos, because that team is set up to win. Now, their defense is not strong right now, but I'm going to tell you this. You have a better opportunity in Denver than you do in New York. You have pieces of the puzzle in Denver that you don't have in New York, and I'm talking about Jay Cutler. That's what I'm talking about. If I am Bill Cowher, I put the brakes on. I find a way to get in touch with the Denver organization and let them know that I am available, and I would love to sit down and talk to you about what we need to do to be successful as the Denver Broncos and move them forward towards the playoffs. I think Bill Cowher in Denver is a lock. That would be a great pickup for the Denver Broncos. Now, I talked about Denver. I talked about what I thought the Dallas Cowboys could do. I'm going to tell you this. What should Cleveland do? The word on the street is that Mangini's supposed to go maybe to Cleveland. I'm going to tell you this. If I'm Mangini, I don't go to Cleveland. I just don't see anything happening there that Mangini can affect. I think Cleveland's a horrible organization. I think the Cincinnati Bengals are a horrible organization. And until they gut those organizations and start all over, there's really no reason for Mangini to go there. What can the Cleveland Browns do right now to get themselves headed in the right direction. I don't think they have a quarterback. I don't like anything that they have underneath center. I think they got a great offensive line. I think they need to put some running backs in place there. I think they have the wide receivers. I think they have the tight end. I think Braylon Edwards was gutless this entire year, but it's just a mess. Cleveland is a mess. Cincinnati is a mess. Detroit is a mess. But I'll tell you this. If I'm Denver, I'm knocking on Bill Cowher's door and saying, come on in. Come here to Denver, let's put this thing together, and let's win some championships. And I just think he may go. But that's my opinion. I'm D-Man. Give me some feedback and let me know what you think.